is Alan Kahn, author of the Speed Bag Bible, and I want to put out another tutorial on punch drumming in syncopated combinations. Tonight I'm using a Fighting Sports 9x6 and the Evo 13 swivel. I've got the loop up there taped. I tried to stick it through the bag loop of this bag, but I've got that tied up with the rope, so I couldn't get it in there, so I've got it taped. That takes about 1/4 inch off the hang, makes it just a bit faster. You don't have to do that. It's a great swivel without doing that. I'm just kind of shortening the rebound arc. I want to do a quick demonstration of my previous video, punching in straight time. With the metronome, I recommend doing these with the metronome. Just punch on the beat, single punching from any side. Change sides by double punching on the side you're going to. Double punching, the second fist lands on the beat. Triple. Dead hand. Roll. You can do double time, straight time here, double. You can double time with front with double punching. This is regular, double. Emphasis punching. Pass it through. What that does is uses 4 rebounds and allows you to emphasize a punch. Now we're going to move into what I call syncopated combinations. And this is where we're going to create combinations of techniques where one punch in a combination, some of these combinations have 8 or 10 punches, but one of them is going to be the one that syncs us to the metronome, that keeps us in time to the beat. And start off with what I think is probably the most home of these syncopated combinations, the one I find myself using more than anything else. It's a 6-punch combination, 5 from one side, 1 from the other. Very common in music. You hear this all the time in a lot of songs. Have 4 beats. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bam, 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 bam. It's very Latin. You learn how to do that a lot in Latin music. This is straight time. I'm going to have to go faster to find this because this is 4 punches and 4 beats. Now I'm going to do 6. 2, 3, 4, 5 pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can start from the other side. Just like we double punched the chain sides in a straight pattern, we double punch the chain sides, the same thing happens here. I'm going to keep this 5 and 1 going, but I'm just going to change sides right in the middle of the pattern by double punching on the side on the side I'm going to. You don't have to go to the back, by the way. You can go to the side if you want to. I'm going to change on punch 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1. Now punch 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can change on 4. But 4, when you change sides and you're going to hit 4 on the other side, you're going to come back 1 time in the triple rhythm and hit 5. 5 is going to pass through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can change sides on punch 5, but you have to remember punch 5 is going to pass through to punch 6. And by the way, punch 6 is going to pass through to punch 1. So you can't change sides on punch 6 and 1, but I'll show you what you can do in a second. Punch 5, when you change sides on punch 5, you have to know how to pass a fist through from double punching, because you're going to double punch the 5, and one of those fists has to go to the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I passed my second fist through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My second fist was left. I passed that through. You could pass through the lead fist. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you could, and that you could just create a split fist position like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But did you notice what happened there? When you change sides on punch 5, then you're going to pass through to 6, then you're going to pass through to 1, and you're going to start the pattern over on the other side that you started from. So when you change sides on punch 5, you're automatically going to change sides of your pattern. I'm going to start from the front, then it's going to go to the back, then it's going to come back to the front. Because I'm going to change on punch 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Start over. That automatically rotates your combination. Now punch 6, you've already passed through the bag from punch 5 to get to punch 6. So you can't change sides to get to 6 because you already did. But you can double punch to it. Okay, because we know when we change sides of the bag and to keep the pattern going, you double punch. The same thing holds to punch 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oddly enough, you can change sides coming to punch 1. So you can actually double punch punch 5 and punch 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And now you can double punch, and you don't have to just do it once. You can double punch. You can change sides on punch 2, then you can change back on punch 5. You can change on any of those. As a matter of fact, in its most advanced form, you can actually double punch on every one of those. This is really unique. This is what it sounds like. I'm going to single punch 1 so you see the break in the pattern, but you can double punch on all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now years ago, up until actually a few months ago, I would have taught that combination as a separate syncopated combination. Because as a matter of fact, in past videos I actually showed that as a syncopated combination. And in preparing for this video, I'm always learning something. I studied that and I realized that's nothing but this 5 and 1 double punching every punch. And I started doing that particular combination when punching to Twilight Zone by 2 Unlimited, because that double beat pattern follows exactly to their beat, to the melody pattern in their song. Bump, 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 bump. And that pattern sounds. And it just fit perfectly to it. And now that I analyze it, that is changing sides constantly in the 5 and 1 pattern. There's so many things we can do off of this. Now you don't have to just go front to back. We can also go side to side. Bump, 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 bump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change all around. As a matter of fact, if you have the Speed Bag Bible and you look in chapter 11, that's where I present echo combinations. That's actually kind of what I'm doing here, is I'm establishing a beat from one side of the bag and I'm rotating it all around the bag to do different sides. Anytime you do a reverse double punch, you can actually do a reverse side double punch. When you come to the front to do a front double punch, you can do a side double punch. Now for me, side double punch for me is my lead fist hits the front of the bag and my second fist hits the side. your angle. I do it this way. Lead fist here, second fist here. Some people, they put their fist over here and they do this. I don't. I always, when I front double punch, when I side double punch, my lead fist hits the front of the bag this way. And so anytime I can do a front double punch, I can do a side, front side. Anytime I reverse double, I always have the choice. When I pass both fists through from front to back, I can end up this way or I can end up this way. So I can put that side single punch to either side. And when you're doing these syncopated combinations, what I suggest you do is once you do it the way I show you, then try to do it from another side of the bag. Reproduce it. If there's a front double punch in that combo, make it a side double. If there's a reverse double punch, make it a reverse side double and see where it goes. And when you get through and your hands stop, okay, what can you do from where they stop and reproduce it again? That's the best way. I really believe that's the best way to get absolutely complete fist control for creating sounds. Now this is all about sounds. Okay, so when you create a beat sound, you want to learn how to create it from anywhere around the bag. That's what some of these practice combinations, I'm hoping we're going to take you to learn how to do that. Okay, there's another 6-punch combination that I really like. It's called the 3 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Notice how I'm doing. I'm going to do it just basic changing hands. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now right behind. Now left behind. Obviously you can do it with one hand from here. Change the pad flow. Like that. Try to mimic the punches with me. Now, I was thinking to go to the 5 and 1 because the first 3 punches of the 5 and 1 are the same 3 punches as the 3 and 3. So when I'm doing the 5 and 1 and I'm flowing into that, I can on punch 3, I can go to the 3 and 3 because they're the same 3 punches from the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1. Going back from one to the other. If you watch that, you'll see I was just flowing from the 5 and 1 to the 3 and 3. If I didn't tell you that and you were watching, you really wouldn't have a clue what I'm doing. You just go, wow, that's cool. Now punch 3 in those combinations, whether it's the 5 and 1 or the 3 and 3, punch 3 is a major change point because it lands at 2 and. And some of these combinations start in the halfway between 2 notes. And punch 3 lands at 2 and when I pass through to a single punch, that punch is going to land on 3, beat 3, and that's the one that's going to sync you to stay on beat. The combination is a single fist pass, front circle punch, reverse single punch, front double punch, and that reverse single punch is going to be dead on the beat. Now it's going to be 3 rebounds and I repeat. That third rebound kind of ends the statement and we start again. Do it from a metronome. I'm going to mix it between the 5 and 1 and the 3 and 3 because it doesn't make any difference. Okay, thinking of, I'm going to change sides on that. Bum, bum. I'm going to go to a side punch. Bum, 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 to the reverse double punch. I don't have to just do it from front to back. I can do it to the sides. Bum, 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 bum. Now that has to repeat triple beat there. So you can move it around from one side to the other. I do this a lot. Back to straight time. What I did there was I went to straight time, did a double time, front double punch, front reverse double punch, into the syncopated combo. So this. That's what I mean, that everything we did earlier in the other video, I can mix that in. And I suggest you do that once you learn all of these, each syncopated combination. Do it from basic, then jump to that combination, then get back to basic and just practice mixing it. Because when you're actually doing it under the board to music, you're not going to be thinking about one or the other, you just want to learn to flow between them. Another syncopated combination is really tied to the 3 and 3. Because when I did 3 from the front and 3 from the back, the first 2 of those 3, remember the first of those reverse single punches is on the beat. The second reverse single punch, so you do 2 reverse single punches to a front double punch. That's a syncopated combination. It lands perfectly on a metronome. Now, back to the other one. Change. I'm mixed and matched, and that, if you watch it back, the 5 and 1, the 3 and 3, this combination here, and this one. Mixing sides. And now I tried to keep it pretty much front to back. You can vary that to all the sides once you learn how to do it. If you think about it, it's harder than if you're just doing it and you end up doing it like that. Those are a few of the syncopated combinations. I think probably for this tape that's enough. There's a few more things I want to show you that'll fit in another tape. What I want you to do is just practice, again, get your metronome, practice doing the 5 and 1, 3 and 3, start it from every side of the bag. You got 4 sides, start those patterns from every side and see where they go. Then do this one here, off punch 3, and from the 3 and 3, this one, first reverse, front double punch. Flow together. One double bump, 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 bump. That's the sound. Bump, 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 bump. Now I change it from behind. Bump, 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 bump. One thing to remember, quick tip here. Everything that you do with fists from the front of the bag, you can do from the back of the bag. Okay, remember, you've got 3 linking options. Lead fist through, second fist through both. It's the same thing. You can do lead fist here, second fist, or both, same thing from the back. Lead fist, second fist, both. You can flow those together. That'll actually work in time. Alright. Okay, I want to take this out with showing these syncopated combinations hitting to music. I'm going to go back to the backing tracks that I purchased from Neblo, and I like his Latin flamenco style backing tracks because actually in this one the melody pattern is that 6 and 1. I mean that 6 beat pattern, 5 and 1. Listen to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could use just those syncopated combinations I've shown you tonight. There's a lot more. And actually when I'm doing this, a lot of times I'm not doing any one of those in particular. I might be floating, just kind of matching, improvising different things off of this, here, and then I'll break off and go into those. You don't just have to stay in these syncopated combinations. You can drop back into the straight time punching. You can get into fist rolls for a measure and then come out of that. You can get into a fist roll and come out in the middle of that 5 and 1. You need to know where you are in the measure, and you'll feel that. I don't count what I'm hitting. I'll feel where I am and I'll come out either on punch 3 or punch 4, just wherever, and I'll break into that pattern. And when I watch myself hitting, I'll see I might go 2 or 3 minutes not doing any one particular syncopated combination, and then I'll notice I fall into one for about 2 or 3 measures. That's how it works. Anyway, I hope this has helped you understand a little bit about how syncopated different combinations and punching you can actually start getting a little funkier in your speed bag work. It's a lot more fun. You have a lot more variety doing these syncopated combinations. And it's in addition to everything we learned with the straight time. So again, get you some metronomes, 110, 120 beat. Give this a try and have fun. I hope it helps you, and I will catch you on the rebound.